What is going on, everybody? Is your boy, your man's Toxic Gamma 331 back at it with another video, and today we are going to be reviewing the second Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible 2, of course.
Duh.
And if you missed the previous episode, I reviewed the first Mission Impossible, so be sure to check that out, and this should be coming out on a playlist. So, yep. But before we get to actual review itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers. Just 69 away now. It would really help out your boy if you did subscribe. That also goes for people that have been watching my channel for all and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications so you miss occasional while I upload. Also, do share the video because that'll also help me out, and you can bring some more people into the toxic family. Don't forget to and also also do feel free to comment as well. But with that being said, before we get into the actual review as well, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So, transition on Shazam. Tom Cruise returns to his role as Ethan Hunt in the second installment of Mission Impossible. This time, Ethan Hunt leads his IMF team on a mission to capture a deadly German virus before it is released by terrorists. His mission is made impossible due to the fact that he is not the only person after samples of the disease. He must also contest with a gang of international terrorists headed by a turned bad former IMF agent who has already managed to steal the cure. So, if you guys didn't watch my Mission Impossible first movie review, I think that is a very good spy movie. It has its plot issues, I think, because there's not, like, really a plot. And, I know this and many people considered this to be, like, the weakest out of the Mission Impossible movies, and I know this might be a hot take, but I actually like this more than number one. Okay, hear me out. You'll like my reasoning, okay? This one, okay, well, let's just get into the actual review itself, because I got the list here, and it explains why I like this one more than the original. The original is still good, but I like this one a little bit more. Okay, the good. I think this one has the better and more straightforward plot compared to the first Mission Impossible. And I'll tell you why. Because it immediately says, okay, this is the item or whatever that we gotta make sure that doesn't go out into the world, basically. And it basically starts out that way, and it focuses on that most of the time during the movie. And the problem with the first Mission Impossible I had is the plot. Like I said, there's not, like, really straightforward plots. And this one, I feel, is a more straightforward plot because it introduces the threat, not that person threat, but, like, the threat that we gotta stop getting, that we gotta make sure that doesn't go out into the world. So, I thought this was a better way to do a plot for the movie, if that makes sense. Hopefully hopefully you guys understand my case about that, okay? Also, this is the movie out of the franchise which is the most romantic, and I think I think that angle actually works and mends with the story quite well. So this is the first movie in the franchise that has, like, makes Ethan have a love interest, and if you're wondering what her name is Naya, and she is used quite well as well, and she's a major part of the movie, and the main actress that plays her is great as well, in the role, and I thought the romance was quite good way to fit into that story, because I feel as if it would have been just the main plot or whatever and not had anything to basically add in. It would have been it would have missed something, and I think that it mends pretty well with it, if that makes sense. Also, it's bringing back Luthor. Is great to see him back, and they also bring in some new characters in here too that are solid enough, but not anything memorable besides Naya. I think there's some like cool little side characters in here. It's just I don't think they're memorable side characters. Like, for example, the Australian dude that teams up with Ethan and Luthor, that's the helicopter dude. I thought he was pretty funny, but I don't think he's the most memorable one appearance guy out of the franchise. So, yeah. But still, I think the side characters are brought in quite well. The new theme is great, and the action scenes are cranked up as well, and that the new theme isn't as great as the OG theme, but it's still a kind of cool revamped version of that. It's the more like electric guitar feel, and yeah, they did a good job with that. Also, to which one, which are, wait, what did I read? I don't know. This is where when the movie series went like full blown action and didn't like focus on more of the like intense stuff, which there is some scenes now that does some intense stuff and also does this at the same time, and I thought this started the best action of the Mission Impossible franchise, so that's another thing. And also, the final fight on the beach, I thought was really, really cool too. That's where I think Ethan Hunt, I think Tom Cruise actually almost like got stabbed in the eye from that. So, ooh boy, luckily he didn't get stabbed in the eye with that, and that fight scene was really cool. So with all the positives out the way now, I do have some mixed and some negative. Mixed. The villain. I think the villain is acted well, and I think is a little bit overhated because many people consider him to be a generic. But I think he is a solid enough villain, but I do understand where they're coming from because it's kind of the rich guy, bad guy, or whatever. But I think it still works because he betrayed the IMF, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So that's the only mixed aspect of the film I have, and let's move on to the negatives. Even though I like how it gives the better plot out of the first one, I think it is still the least interesting plot out of the newer movies. I think it's still a good plot, but it's the weakest out of the plots for the sequels, I think. What else? Also, even though the romance aspect of the film, I think, is handled well, I think it is weird how the bickering back and forth between the two happen already. So, yeah. And also, it might be a little bit too long. There's, I feel as if they could have trimmed some scenes out. But overall, I still enjoy this movie quite a bit. And for that reason, let's bring out the Toxic Meter. I will give it Toxic Goodness a B+. And I actually do like this more than the original. At me in the comments. I know. But with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed my review of Mission Impossible 2. And before we get to the actual ending of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free, and number two, we're on the road to 300 subscribers, just 71 away now, and really help out you. No, not 71. I keep on doing that. 69 away now, and really help out you if you get subscribed. Also, that goes for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you like my toxic movie reviews. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications to miss occasion when I upload. Also, do share the video because it also helps me out, and we can have some new people join, and we can have some new people join the toxic family. I don't know why I said that twice, but the join the family part, but whatever. And also do feel free to comment as your thoughts on Mission Impossible 2 down below as well. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Pop, 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 pop. Peace out.